Oh, something's picking up noise. And a one fish, two fish. Hold on. What did I do with my YouTube? Also, apparently my mic's off, but we're getting sound. So apparently we're coming in through the. Oh, and I got the speaker on. Apparently we're coming in through the. Oh, this is why we do the sound check. Oh, this is why we do the sound check. That's better. This is why we do the sound check. Well, that explains the weird echoes I've been getting. Anyhow. Well, that explains the weird echoes I've been getting. Anyhow. Well, that explains the. Well, I mean the in the sound quality. I mean the in the sound quality. I mean the. Anyhow, I can hear Twitch. We'll just take a peek in on the YouTube here. I'll put that over there for a second. I'm going to make clothes, and I was looking at Shein, picking up a bunch of studios. Of course, YouTube is still way back in the cartoon. Why would it not be? Of course, YouTube is still way back in the cartoon. That's better. Why would it not? Can I turn the mic up a little bit? Yeah, we can do that. Hold on. Of course, YouTube is still way back in the cartoon. I got to tweak my mics around a little bit. Can I turn the mic up a little bit? Yeah, we can do that. Hold on. Of course, YouTube is still way back. So YouTube's good. Twitch is good. The camera's not on either. That's right. I'm still annoyed at the fact that my mic is turned off and I can hear myself. So I'm going to try to fix that. Here, we'll drag this over here while we do this. Okay, you are supposed to be coming from that mic, and I think you're coming from the camera. So let's fix that. Properties. Default. Why is my default device not my... It says OBS Studio is using my microphone. Okay, how do I set the microphone again? Which means if I turn that on, I can't, you know what, we're gonna have weird echoes for a little bit here. I can't, you know what, we're gonna have weird echoes for a little bit here. I can't. Okay, let's see if that makes any difference. Okay, let's see if that makes any difference. That did not make a difference. Okay, let's see if that makes any difference. That did not make a difference. Okay, let's see if that makes any difference. That did not make a difference. Okay, hold on. That did not make a difference. Okay, hold on. Microsoft Access. Where's the thing where I set the camera, microphone? Where's the thing where I set the camera, microphone? Where's the thing where I set the camera, microphone? Where's the thing where I set the camera, microphone? Where's the thing where I set the camera? Open sound settings. Open sound output, settings. Input. There's my problem. Output, input. There's my problem. Output, input. Why are you? Why is my output, input? Why are you? Why is my why are you? Why is my why are you? Why is my I hit troubleshoot. Did it do anything? 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 Why are you not picking up my picking whatever I call this thing? Oh, this is Seinheiser. This is the sound whatever Seinhauser. That's right. This is Seinheiser. Device properties. That's right. This is Seinheiser. Device properties. Probably good. All right. Let me. Device properties. Probably good. All right. Let me. Device properties. Probably good. All right. I think I can still hear myself talking. I think I can still hear myself talking. Yep, even though I turned the mic off. Let's get Twitch to acknowledge the right mic. 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 All right. Did that work? All right. Did that work? That sounds different. All right. I think we're good. I think we're in the ballpark. That sounds different. All right. I think we're good. I think we're in the ballpark. That sounds different. All right. I think we're good. I think we're in the ballpark. That sounds different. All right. I think we're good. And what I'm going to do is we're going to test 1, 2. And what I'm going to do is we're going to test 1, 5, 6. And what I'm going to do is we're going to test 1, 5, 6. All right. That worked. 1, 5, 6. All right. That worked. Sound trouble alleviated. How you doing today, Charles? Let me get rid of my echoes. How you doing today, Charles? Let me get rid of my echoes. How you doing today, Charles? Are you my echo? You're my echo. Happy Moon Day. And I'm going to be working on just making clothes, I think, today in Marvelous Designer. Try to get a bunch of things kind of started for the next group of projects. I have stuff in the store. It's not selling as well as I would like. Oh, boo-hoo. Doing better now. You've been home very long. I haven't been got to clean up in a minute or two. No worries, man. Hey, Willie, how are you doing? Good evening, noon. We'll do the shout out for Charles. And we're gonna go clothes shopping. I'm not a big fan of fast fashion, but it is a good resource. So I'm thinking of a pair of pants like that. I'm not just choosing because of the booty. So I think I might do cargo pocket shorts. But I don't think I'm going to start that today. You know what? I saw some jean skirt. I want to do that, and maybe we'll kind of find a top that goes with it. Where are you? There it is, jean skirt. So basically, I'm going to take a pair of jeans and we're going to turn it into a skirt. I think we're going to do that. I saw this shirt. I like that. I don't know if I want to put that with the jeans, though, or if we'll do something else for the jean skirt. I'm thinking, I found a pair of pants that I think this top might pair with, and so that's what I'm leaning towards for that. I might do that as a dress. We'll put that on the, I'm leaning towards doing the jean skirt first. These pants, I think maybe, what am I doing? Damn you. Please click the following icons from left to right. Squirrel, gator. That wasn't a squirrel. Let's try that again. Squirrel, gator, kangaroo, coyote. Okay, so I'm thinking a pair of pants like that. I like the way this just buttons on the top with no belt. And it looks kind of stylish. I think that will look nice with that shirt there. I'm not sure what's holding that shirt together. um, I wonder if it's just sewn that way. What I'm thinking of doing is making that, I'll just connect it and then we'll have an undone version. It'll come apart. And then that. But I think we'll start with this. So I'm going to hunt down some jeans. You know what? We're going to hunt down the booty shorts. Also, I think I might put a little lower on the hip too. The Daisy Dukes. We're going to hunt down the Daisy Dukes. Hey, E.T., how are you doing today? And then what else do I have in here? I'm not sure what kind of shirt. I want to do a fitted shirt like that, but I'm not sure what to pair that with. Maybe another pencil skirt. And where are you? Those are just weird. Pharaoh would like them. And I think that's just weird too. What the fuck, dude? Go away. Anyhow, I'm gonna just put that off to the side now. We're gonna do the jean skirt first, and then I think I'm gonna do that top, and then maybe the pants to go with it. So let's get Marvelous Designer up and running here. What about you? I think I'm doing okay. I'm not dead yet. It's Moon Day, by the way, on the list of national things. And there was something else too. I forget. What were the national days today? And I don't know what it is. And if you're not in America, I'm not sure how this applies to you, but today, national days, National Moon Day, National Sucker Day, and by sucker I mean lollipop. It's National Pennsylvania Day. And it's, oh yeah, National Fortune Cookie Day. It's also National Fortune Cookie Day and Get Out of the Doghouse Day. Who came up with that one? Anyhow, let's put this over here. Can I grab the bottom? Can I get the bottom? There we go. Got it. Thank you, Charles. Let me do file open. You know what? I'm going to open up the Daisy Dukes and we're going to steal the shorts from there to start. And we're going to turn those shorts into a short skirt. And maybe I'll just pair that with a tank top or something. Hey, from Russia. I I don't know. Did I get the closed captions working or not yet? Rumba, welcome back in. Good to see you. What about the what if the doghouse has central? You know, if it had central air, that's a big step up from my house. We'll put that on the list of shout outs I need to make that I am not getting to. Right after the SROM command, we'll do the ET command. I have to hunt down that track though. You know, I don't think I've seen that movie since the 80s. I think that's a movie I may have seen once and then never watched again. Not that it was bad, it's just I never had the need to see it again. And Close Encounters, I kind of feel the need to, or I kind of want to rewatch Close Encounters because that's been what, 5 decades now. Anyhow, what am I doing? I'm opening up something. Where did I put the Daisy Dukes? Cowgirl, Western. Do I have a Western? I do have a Western because I had a Creekside. We were calling it Creekside. That's right. And by we, I of course mean me. There's Creekside. Gotta go clean up. Be back shortly. All right. See you when you get back, Charles. All right. I'm not going to put a belt with this set. So we're going to take the belt off. We don't need the tie top. Um, I'm going to save the shorts as a garment. We're going to pull them down and convert it into a skirt. Watch ET. I kind of want to just oh, slow down. I'm sorry. Hard to translate fast speech. I'll try, but I'm probably going to forget. Not going to lie. Um, I think those are. I'm going to save those as a garment to be booty shorts. We'll save as garment Daisy Dukes. Save as garment selected. We'll just put it right in here. Daisy Dukes. Dun 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 dun. I think that did it. Okay, we're going to do file new project. Let's get our avatar in here. Female avatar right there. And we'll just load in the Daisy Dukes on that. Add garment. We'll just grab the Daisy Dukes we just saved. Don't tell Charles that. He'll get upset. Okay. I'm not going to keep the belt with this one. So let's get in here and get rid of the belt. I heard a noise. Was that the subscribing? Yay! Thank you for that subscription. I appreciate that, man. Oh, that's from Charles. Thank you, Charles, for the gift sub to Rumba from Russia. All right, I'm thinking. You know what we don't need? We don't need the curve anymore. Actually, I just heard another noise. Charles, thank you for that gift sub to ET, dude. Man, you're probably responsible for more than half the subs in this stream. Why's my phone making noise? All right, what are we doing? We were getting rid of the belt. Because I'm not going to bother with a belt on this one. Shorts are often worn without belts anyhow. And jeans. James Dean didn't wear a belt in Rebel Without a Cause, so we're not putting a belt here. That's a belt part. We can get rid of that. And I can get rid of that. And these little things are parts of the belt. So we can get rid of those. It helps. Yes. Thank you for being here. What are we doing? All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these curvy lines here and just make them straight. Then we're going to pull this stuff down. I'm going to weld that back in and we'll retrim that later. So there's some sewing. You know what? There's some sewing in here. I think we'll just get rid of that to start with. And there's more sewing over here. Well, I have a little trim piece. I'm going to weld. I'm going to weld this back in. Is my closed captions working? Add to my channel. I thought I set these up. I have it. I don't know. If anybody can check and see if this configured. What do I need to do? I don't know what I need to do. This is going to hurt my head already. Never mind. Oh, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I'm basically doing work that I would do off stream. The only difference is I don't mind being interrupted while streaming, or I wouldn't stream. So if there's questions, not that I can actually answer it. There was a noise again. There it is. You following? Thanks for the follow, man. Let's merge those. And I can get rid of these. No, I'm going to keep that. You know what? I'm probably going to lose all of these. I need to just basically keep that one, and we're just going to pull it out. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's merge these back together. I'm going to retrim these later, but for right now, I want these all merged. Is that going the right direction? Nope, that went the wrong way. Let's try that the other way. Select you, then you. I can't remember what I did the first time. There we go. That's better. That can stay because that's for the pocket. That's the pocket. So I think we're ready to, I'm going to delete these three here. And then we're just going to pull this down. And then we're going to delete these two. Appreciate it, man. Then we're going to pull this. Oops. We're going to pull this down. And I'm going to probably curve these a bit. This is the rear. So we're going to want a little bit of curving on the sides, I think. I know that's already too long for Sarah. Okay, this is just gonna, and I'm probably gonna put a curve into that at some point. These, we'll do that. Let's kind of take a look at where we are right now. I gotta readjust that, so, and we're much too tight, so I need some, what have I got going on here? Okay, I got, that's loose too. Oh, you know what? I don't need this curve in here, do I? Doy. Okay, let's get rid of that. Which means I'm actually going to draw a line through here so I have a, and I'm going to have to redo this stuff. So I'm going to take you over to about here. I'm just going to take a line and add it to come into about there. And then I'll just cut this stuff off. Is that how, can I do that? You failed to cut. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm going to put a point in here for right now. I have a feeling I might want to keep you. This we can lose. I think I need to, you know what, I need to extend you. Actually, do I need to extend you to the, extend and add point to pattern outline? And then can I just get rid of this? I think we're good. Do I still have an extra line in there? I do. You know what, we don't need that now. So that sewing's going to have to come down to here and here. And I got a little bit of sewing we're going to adjust. What are you sewn to? Yeah, you're going to go away. And I'm going to have that come down to here. Okay, we're happy with that. I need to curve out the sides and add a little bit of shape in the, oh, you're in the wrong spot. Oh, oogly boogly. Where are you? Right there. That's better. Now I just need to fit it. I'm going to curve out the booty a bit. So we're going to take this point and run it back a little that way, and we'll add a little bit of a curve in there. And then we'll also curve the sides. I'm going to leave the front straight though. And let's kind of maybe do that. See, that's much more relaxed. That's not lining up quite right. You know, my sewing's, I can see my sewing's uneven on there. So this and this should equal that. Okay, that says 261. We need to change the length on that. 261. I don't see the arrow, so I think we're heading the right direction. I'm going to readjust these sewings in here. Oh, I don't need all of this. I need this minus that. So minus 19.1 from 261. Change length. I need a calculator for this. My brain's not braining. 261 minus 19.1. We're over on screen 2. 241.9. Probably what I had before. 241.9. 241.9. There we go. Now I need to adjust some links on that. That is saying see, those are uneven. So I'm just going to move you until you line up to there. Which means you're in the wrong spot. So we're going to tweak you. Well, I got two of you guys on top of each other there. And then, okay, I got a little too much in here. What's going on? Why are you not matched up? Are you lining up? You're lining up. You're not lining up. There's my problem. Let's fix that. I think. Which means I have to change everything again. No, you're fine. So I think you're probably going to line up in there. I could probably get you lined up in there. And then you will probably be even if I line that up right there. Much better. We're still too tight. But my sew lines are good right now. What I want to do is I want to add some. I just want to make this a little. Let's try that. I'm going to move the pockets out of the way. Can I move you all out of the way? It's probably going to complain if I move these inner lines out. Nope, I can do that. Excellent. Because what I want to do is I want to make this all a little bit wider. And I didn't select everything, despite the fact I drew a box around it all. I'm totally drawing the box around these and it's not selecting them. It's evil. Oh, it's because the pockets are up here. You know what? I'm going to redo those. I think. Yeah, we'll redo the pockets. Because I'm going to resize stuff. Okay, I'm going to make everything a little bit wider. I'm making it a little wider so I get a little bit more room in the waist, and hopefully I want it to sit lower down on the hips. So I think we still need to make that wider. And God damn it. What the? Part of it still didn't get selected. What the hell? There we go. Let's try this. Do I have gravity on? I got the extra room in here. I just don't have extra room down in here. I may have too much room up in there now. Where are you? Now you're about right. That got a little goofy. I probably need to redo all the sewing. Um, okay, these are going to bow out a little bit. And I think my length is about right. Oh, I got some goofiness going on there. You know what? Oh, I know what's going on. I'm gonna resew the. I'm gonna redo the waistband, and then we'll resew these later. I'm starting to think I may have been better off going from scratch. So there was an overlap in here, and I think I. No, you're still in there. I'm going to get rid of these for a little bit. Actually, I'm going to deactivate these for a little bit so that it'll actually come loose for a time. Deactivate pattern and sewing, and then I can kind of figure out what's going on in here. Oh, there we go. That's supposed to be like that. Was that my problem the whole time? Just that? Partially? I'm going to resew these in. Hmm. Oh, I think I see what's happening here. I've got stuff flipping around on top in ways that it shouldn't be. See, that's better. I'll have to work my way back into sewing all of this stuff together again. I think for the meantime, I'm just going to temporarily pin this to that to hold it in place. Hey, Napsmore. Yeah, I'm doing a jean skirt today. And this side's all screwed up because the lengths are all off. I'll go back and fix that. And we're going to add a little bit of curve into the side still. Part of the reason why it's acting funny is I'm just cannibalizing Daisy Duke shorts. I should probably just unsew all of this and then resew it. So you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and deactivate those again. And then I'm going to just figure out why you keep rolling underneath like that. Why do you think that's a good idea? Okay, I'm going to sew this back to that. Do I have, you know what, I may have layers going on here. Let's just make sure all my layers are set to 0. All my layers are set to 0. Yeah, everyday clothing. Ooh, 3 consecutive streams. Thanks. I'm gonna go ahead and pin this into here for now. And I'm gonna figure out how to get this all sewn back in together. It looks like it's in the ballpark. You know what? Part of it probably has to do with the fact that this is still janked. So let's go over here and fix this. And then I'll worry about what's in the center. I'm going to move this stuff over because I know at some point I want to add a curve or something in there, I think. And then I'm going to reset all of this, kind of like what we did before. So that's off. So we're going to start by fixing that. And we're going to adjust this. And I'm going to adjust. Okay, that's fine right there. That looks good. Is that all that was? All right, that's fixed. That was really going a long ways to janking everything up. So I'm going to go ahead and pin this to that, and then we'll kind of see if we can get this stuff to go back inside. We'll just use the tack, and this is going to sit on top for right now, but we'll fix that in a minute. There we go. I'm going to take a tack. I'm going to tack that corner right there. That goes right about in here. And I'm going to likewise put a tack right there and bring it right about there. Okay, we're going to go back and double check all this sewing in here. You know what? Because that probably all got changed from my so that says it's happy. That one is unhappy. I'm going to fix that. We'll adjust this other one here to match. Which means this needs to be fixed. I don't think those lined up quite right, though. Oh, you're sewn to that. Oh, and I got rid of the overlapping lines in here, didn't I? So you get sewn to this, and that gets sewn to that. This gets sewn to this, and there's this gap here. That still doesn't look quite right. That looks good there. That looks good there. Which means my problem probably is on this side. Those are fine. I'm going to put a layer on this to try to convince it that it wants to go into the back. We'll set the layer to a negative value. And then when we simulate, the other stuff should want to be on top. I'm getting there. I think I've got you pinned to the wrong spots, don't I? You should be pinned. You should be pinned over there. Let's get rid of that pin. Or that tack. Edit tack. I think you're like right there. That's better. Okay, now I just think I need A little more room in the hips so I can get that waist to come down a little bit better. I'm going to take a little bit of this out. And then we'll add a little bit in over here. I like that line, but it's right through here. I need some extra. So I think I'm going to pull that pocket over a little. And if I do that there, did that get done over here? I think it did. I'll put a little curve in here. Okay, now I need my magic number, which I don't know. You know what? I'm going to put I need a split in here so I can easily tell how long this is. So I think that's what, 19.1. I'm going to put a split in there to match that. So I'm not having to subtract all the time. And then I can just measure that. And then we can easily add the 59.8 to this. 247. So this needs to be 247. And right now it's 242. Now at 247, and I forget what my magic number was. I should have said the decimal point out loud. Two four seven six. 2473. You know what? That's kind of close. Let's see what we've got. I'm not crazy about that shape though. Gives me, and I got too much in here now, don't I? Which means I can probably flatten these out a bit. Two, 4, 4, 9. Let's see how that works out. 2, 4, 4. I actually had it there for a second. 2, 4, 4, 9. It's looking a little more relaxed. I did say I wanted to take some of that. You know what? I want to move that. You're over here. Maybe we just move you in a bit. I take a little bit of that curve. Getting there. I think maybe a little bit more out of that. Also, that's kind of coming down. Either I bring these down or I bring that up. I think I'm going to just bring this up for right now. Back to 2, 4. I hate it when it snaps like that. I'm getting close to what I want and then snap. Okay, I'm going to go to 2, 4, 3, 1. I can't see what I'm doing. What did I say? 2, 4, 3, 1. 2, 4, 4. I need to take a 13 out of that. You know, it's easier to maybe adjust this. Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to pull you out a little. And maybe I can take you in a little. I think we're close. It's still a little bunchy in there. It's probably okay though. I think I'm going to get this sewn back together now. So these are the two little holding things. It's just invisible geometry that helps the front hold together, and then in DAZ I can delete them, and then it can become undone. And they're only 1 poly wide, so I don't actually delete any verts when I do that. So morph targets can still work from one to the other. So I'm going to undo this sewing, then I'm going to redo it. And there's that. What the hell is that noise? When you forget your own. Let's get rid of those. Let's get rid of that. Let's lose that. I know I'm about to redo all of this. Okay, so I have to figure out what goes where. So this one here is going to get sewn into here. I can't see. Are you? I think that's this edge right here. So I'm going to sew that to this. Then I want to sew this into probably here. I think so. Okay, so that puts that on there. Then I want to sew this to that. The other side of that. And the other side of this gets sewn to over here. Like so. I'm going to reactivate just this one for right now. And we'll see how that lines up. All right, that's basically what it's supposed to do. That's just deactivated and hanging out, looking all pretty. So now what I need to do is I need an internal line. And actually I need to put a cut over here because I can't sew to an internal line and export properly. So we got to measure. What is that? Do I get a measurement there? Probably don't. I don't. Let's do a, we'll extend this so I can get our measurement. Extend, trim, and add point to pattern outline. And then that way I know what that is, 18.9. And then what I want is I want a line offset from here at 18.9. So, dang it. Offset is an internal line, 18.9. Say okay. And then I can sew this onto, this goes into here and here. And I'm going to do a cut and sew there. So that's not, and then I'm going to do a cut and sew on these. Actually, you know what? I'm going to get rid of that. We're going to extend this. Just, God dang it. You're all one line, aren't you? Can I just get rid of that? That's better. And then I can cut and sew this. It makes sewing easier later on. Okay. Then I want this attached to that. And are you 18.9? Okay, I'm on. I know what I'm doing now. Ah. Yeah, this whole thing here, I think I can just sew onto here. That didn't work. Let's try that again. I want that to go to there. And I want this to go here. And I want this to go over here. That's angry. Okay, what got sewn in the wrong spot? I have a, do I still have a pin in here? Is that what my problem is? Nope. What did I sew you to? Did I forget to activate you? Is that it? Oh, there's my problem. I forgot to activate it. But now, let's try this again. You're activated. What is not sewn right in here? You know what? I'm going to maybe... I'm going to freeze those up. And then I can kind of try to figure out what's going on here. Do I have any weird extraneous sewing that I don't need? No. Nope. Nope. I mean, you look like you're all in the right spot. All right, maybe we do this in baby steps. So if I deactivate you, I can't do that over there. See, that all looks good. Oh, I know. I think I know what it is. I think this is it sewn all the way across? No, it is. It's just sewn there. You're just sewn to that. All right, I'm going to take that sewing off for a second. Well, let's see. I mean, that kind of looks, I mean, it's tight in the front. Is that all? Is that my problem? It's just too tight? I could use a little bit more. Oh, you're frozen. Um, let's kind of unfreeze these as we go and see what happens. That looked fine. That's doing fine. That's okay. Do I have anything? I'm going to try to assign a few layers in here. Let's give this a layer of, let's call you 6. Let's set you up to be this strip right here. Let's make you 3. Now let me see if I can get this sewn back onto that. See, that's looking weird. Weirdly stressed in there for some reason. We're going to double check some sewing lengths here. That matches. That matches. So those should be the same. So why are you dragging all the way down there? I don't know, let's try this again. I can't see where. Oh no, you do go into here. That's right. I've got a lot of tension, but it's laid up right. I wonder if I just pull this over 10 centimeters. So I want that. And these. And these guys all go. And then how does that work out? See, you're curving kind of funny. Did you pop over 10 when I moved you 10? Probably. I don't know who you belong to. I think that's... There we go. I'm going to deactivate this again and see what happens. Yeah, that piece on the inside just isn't smoothing out nicely, is it? I'm going to hide that because I don't need to see it. Why are you not laying flat? That's what I want to know. If I deactivate you... I can't deactivate over here. It always bothers me that I can't do that. Deactivate power and pattern and sewing. Then I'm going to hide that. And I'm going to try to figure out what's causing me to be a little janky in here. Let's turn gravity off. Because I'm about to... So if I deactivate you... And once again, I'm clicking on the wrong side, aren't I? I'm going to sew you into here. Because you're sewn into that. Oh, I know what's going on now. The lengths are off. So I think that's it. All right, I'm going to back this up. I didn't think, I thought when I stretched everything out, it would proportionally change, but apparently somehow the length of the waistband no longer is probably not the same as the stuff that it's sewn underneath it. So I'm going to measure all of these out and reset those and make sure they match up. I'm thinking that's where my weird tension's coming from. And then when I do that, I can start thinking about other stuff. Okay, so this, can I get back to the point where there we go. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to measure this to all of these and make sure they match. I'm thinking they don't match. So that is 391.5. That's the number I'm going to match to. And I need to match. That sews to this piece. I think, nope, it doesn't. This doesn't line up with that anymore, does it? Are you? You're 18.9. Are you not 18.9? You're 18.9. Why are you guys not lining up? Because this is off. Let's make sure this is in the right spot. See, that's off. What are you? I got this teeny little sew spot right here. All right, that fixes that. Let's move on to the next part. Okay, so 89, 183.5, and so that's 411.1. That needs to be 411.1. So I'm going to change the length on that away, which is not the direction it's heading in. So do that. What did I say? 411.1? Something like that. Will be pretty close. Okay, I know this is all screwed up now. I'm just going to drag you and we'll just snap. And let me check and make sure that that changed too. Yep. I'm going to remeasure this because I think I counted it wrong. For 11.1, I was right. What the hell happened there? That's a little janky. I'm probably going to delete that and swap it out for the other one. But here, let's see, that's still not quite lining up. You know, I'm just going to have to resew. What are you? I'm going to get rid of you. You know, we're just going to redo all of this. Come on. Every time I click on something. Do I have any more in here? I got the back there. Okay. I'm going to just sew you to you. Like that. And then I can kind of do this. Nope, you got clicked to the wrong part. There we go, that's better. Where's your end point? Because I screwed it up. We got to do it again. 89. There we go. And I'm going to do... I can only do that? Okay, that's fine. There is a tool that lets you do like multiple selections at once. I tend not to use it because I can never remember the shortcut for it. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. I think this should then line up to that, to the yoke on the back. That looks like it lining up to me. Yay! And then we'll just go redo this side because you can see it got all janked. Also, this pocket got janked, so I'm just going to resew it. I don't know what happened there. I'm just going to control D these two fellers. We'll just bring that over here. And then I got to sew this all back in. So, oh no, wait. Looks like you just automatically sewed back in fine. I think I got to resew that. Right? Overlapping sewing lines. Is there a sewing line there already? I don't see the sewing line. What do you attach to? You're yeah, you're a separate, so you're a sew line there. Here, we can do this. Actually, can I just do that to that, and then that to that? And I gotta resew you, is that right? Yay. I don't know if I have to fix that. I think I might be good now. Oops, I'm stuck in an arm. I do probably should adjust those now. The belt buckles, the one in the back's fine. Oh, I have gravity turned off. I can probably get it settled in. I think I'm good. I think I have one of my older pieces not in right now. So I think I got to get that sewn back in. But other than that, because I think you are. Oh no, Are you sewn in? Oh yeah, I put you back in. I think everything's good. I think we're almost there for the shorts. Except for some of my belt loops crept onto the inside. We'll fix those in a minute. Can I adjust the sewing from here? So you can see these should probably line up better. And my belt loop's probably gone on the inside. So I'm just going to drag these and move them over. I'm going to tweak these a little bit. All right, put that on the outside. There it is. Get that on the outside. That's better. That could probably be over a little bit. Oops. And I can see there's linked editing going on. So what I'm doing over here is getting repeated over here. Okay, I'm going to move you just a little bit. I think I'm coming down too far. I want to be more in the up a little more in the back and down a little bit more in the front. Let's put gravity back on. I have gravity on, never mind. Oh, you know what happened? I made the belt wider, didn't I? So now the whole thing's a little wider. Um, I'm going to take a little bit out of this. I'm just going to push you a little that way. And to offset that, you know what? I think I'm going to take you and push you in a little that way. And then we're just going to tweak these. Oh, no, you know what? Do I have to just I should probably just resew these. We'll work this way, and then when I get to the end, we'll adjust it again. So let's start this side. I should have started on this side. I can't see where my point is. Okay, you get to go there. You need to go there. And then there. Oh, and I think I'm lined up. That's a little better. I'm liking that. Oops. Just, and now I'm just going to play around with it a little bit. I'm going to have to actually export this with another version because all of these things are going to fall off if I export them out of here. I think I'm mostly good. And I can put a buttonhole and a button right there. Maybe I'll bring that back up just a little bit. I have a little bit of a gap in the front. You know what? I'm probably going to look at that. And I don't have real pockets. Okay, an hour and a half later, I think I'm happy with how this skirt is. Now I have to kind of think, what kind of top do I want to match this with? You know what? Let's Google jean skirts and we'll see what sort of tops get matched with it. And let's tighten up the UVs. So now that we've got everything kind of in place, let's do that. Hey, Dapster Dan, how are you doing, friend? Everybody, you gotta be following and checking out Dapster Dan. Super cool musician here on Twitch. You know me, I'm a Dapster Dan man. Working, sadly. I've heard that happens. I'm basically working. Let's fix these. Thanks for the shout out there, Mr. Charles. You the man. Well, Twitch streaming isn't my job. Making 3D clothes is actually my job. But you know, since I'm doing it, you wish you had a sort of job that you could just do while you're streaming or combine with your streaming. But making music, yeah, if only you could just make a living at making music. That's the dream, right? Okay, I'm gonna hit save on. Well, I haven't saved this yet, have I? Let's do file save as. File save as. Project. I don't know. I'm gonna put this in the basics. I think I'll call this basics 12 for now. I might become basics 11 depending on what I do with the towels. I'm not highly motivated with the towels, but I do want to make towels. It's kind of weird. I really do. I've always liked towels that you can take off characters. Um, but I'm just not enthusiastic about doing this set that I'm working on. Where's my projects? Projects, there we go. Let's go to the CC Basics. I'll just stick it in here. Um, CC Basics, there we go. Let's put a new folder in here. I'm going to call this CC12 for now. And we'll put a whip folder in here. And I'll just call you CC12 jeans skirt. You know what? Maybe we make a jeans vest to go with it. Yeah, that's the ticket. All right, we got a half hour. We can start the jeans vest or a jeans jacket. Did I do a jeans? I didn't do a jeans jacket. Jeans. You know what? I'm leaning towards vest. We can probably get a vest blocked out pretty quick here. I'm seeing the pattern. I'm seeing the pattern. What's the back look like? Okay, we got 6 panels. We've got a yoke in the back. We got a couple of straps in the front. I'm going to sketch this out on our figure, and then we'll turn it into to close real quick. So I've got a panel. So we got this here. We've got the yoke in the back. This will get sewn up on the seams here. This is what will allow us to fit the breasts nicely without having to do. And then what we're going to do on the sides. So 1, 2, 3 is the back one piece. 4. So it's a 7 panel. Okay, let's sketch it. Sketch time. I'm just going to kind of do the top half and we'll pull it down. It'll probably, I'm going to probably have it hang just past the edge. We'll have the corners drop down just past the, and we'll do this thing with the little peekaboo. So let's get the pen on avatar tool. If I can remember which one that is. One of these. Nope. There it is. 3D pen avatar. That's what we're looking for. We'll start here. And I'm going to come down. And we're going to kind of bring that through here. And bring that back up like that. And I'm just going to bring a piece down off the corner there. And then we're going to come back up and up to center. We'll extend this out. And then we'll just bring you up around like so. Okay, I'm going to bring you down to the side, and then through here, and then through there. Oh, you tweaked a little bit. That's okay. Okay, then you're going to come through here. And then you come back straight across. And we come back up. And then we... There's not a collar on this, is there? No, there's no collar. Excellent. And then I'm going to want... And we're going to... Am I going to shape... Yeah, I'll shape that like that. Sure. That's not quite where I want that. I'll put it over a little bit like that. That kind of gives me a... And then we'll flatten that out and make pattern pieces out of it. And we'll extend this out a little bit so there's a bit of an overlap. Dum, dum, dum. Right there, flatten. Okay, flatten that. Flatten that. Flatten that. Flatten that. That is a weird shape. We'll fix that. I know that's gonna line up with that. And then we'll just put that in the back. Put you over here. Okay, we're going to redraw. See, this is that curve that goes over the breast. And I'm actually probably going to want you to come down into here. Anyhow, let's get a polygon tool going on. And I'll just kind of bring you here. I'm going to bring you out a little bit like that. We're going to curve through there. Kind of like that. Let's convert you to a curve point or something. And, you know, I kind of want to bring you in like so. Let's get this. You know what? Let's do it like that. All right, just click along the points here. We're going to adjust the lengths when we get done. And you I don't need. And you I don't need. And you. Put a point here. Adjust that. You know what? I'll put a curve into there. And I need a curve into here. I think I clicked on the... Did I click on the wrong point? That's better. We want that curved a little bit. A little bit of a curve in here. Did I not? Okay, don't need that anymore. Okay, that is janky AF. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just do this and we'll chop this to fit that. I got to flip this though. There we go. And I'm going to kind of draw this line in through here. Let's, you know what? I'm going to straighten you. No, I'm just going to kind of sketch you in like this. I'll do a cut. We'll get rid of that. I add a little bit of a curve down here. And we'll put it back a little bit in here. Probably good. All right, let's get the yoke made. Put a little bit of curve there. And actually, I'm going to bring you down. So that gets a curve and the armhole gets a curve. Which means these are probably going to angle down a little bit more than what I have them right now. And then this. I can put a little bit of a curve in there. That didn't line up quite the way I wanted it. That's okay, probably fine. Little curve that way. A little curve like so. Let's get rid of this. Okay, let's line all these pieces up. Goes there. We'll line that up over the shoulder. That goes in the back. You are over here. This is going to be a hot mess when we're just going to throw it together with our sewing to start with. Where did you go? Oh, there you are. All right, let's just, and then we're going to adjust all the lengths and start fitting a little bit better. So that goes there, that goes there. Those get sewn in there. That's to that. That went backwards. That goes over here. You are in here. And then I'll tweak these later, but I can already tell that those aren't quite lining up. Oh, that's pretty close though. Select a pattern. I just selected a pattern. What the hell? There we go. I'm going to temporarily sew the front together. And then the back goes there and there and there and there. That's a start. I'm going to make the back a little bit shorter so it lines up better on there. You know what? That's not too bad. I want this to maybe tweak these. Oh, so what we're going to do first is we're going to go through and just make sure all of these sew lines are about the same. But we've got kind of a nice fit. DJ Ray, what shirt you wearing, Thor? Oh, this shirt? My Ogre Cybernetic. This is my Ogre 2012 Kickstarter supporter shirt. I got it when I bought a great big copy of the game Ogre. I actually bought 2 copies, and I've never played them. So it's a game about giant cybernetic tanks. So that's what the silhouette is. And they call the giant cybernetic tanks ogres. The game was originally designed in, I want to say the 70s, probably the late 70s, by Steve Jackson Games. Steve Jackson Metagaming is what it was called at the time. It came in this little plastic bag. All right, we're measuring 53.5, 60.7, change length, 53.5. I like that direction. Okay. 52. You know what? I'm going to change the length of that to 53.5. 3.5, just because I like the symmetry involved. Yo, is that Charles gifting us up again? Charles, thanks, buddy. And to DJ Ray. Okay, 53.5. Let's switch you. Change length. Let's go that away. 53.5. Let's tell it to go to the end that way. Okay. Okay, now we want this to equal that. So that says 3638. Change length 363.8. We don't want the arrow over there. We want the arrow at the other side. Okay, we're making our way around. Okay, over here. 220.2. 220.2. Oh, that's because I duplicated it. That's right. So we don't have to touch that up. This here, we're going to make sure that that equals that. I'm going to angle you down. Actually, let's take another look at. I'm going to try to put that. There's kind of like a curve in here. So I'm going to try to put the kind of into the yoke here. So I'm going to try that. We'll put you down like that. And we'll come in here and we'll just kind of grab, angle you. I'm going to pull this until that says 90. It's pretty close. I'm now snapping to the point I'm trying to line up with. I hate it when that happens. '91's probably as good as I'm going to get. So, and then we're just going to kind of push that back. So this, I'm going to try to get you to be a bit more. And then I'm going to adjust this down a little ways. And then we're going to make sure that this at 322.3 is equal to this. Actually, let's go the other way. 319.7. Change length. 319.7. I'm not going in the right direction, so we'll say end. Should be good. Okay, then this and this should equal this. I'm going to put a little bit of a curve in here. So it kind of looks like what we got down here. Now we're just going to do some measuring. You know what? I think I'm probably going to, if it's too long, we're going to try to balance it out. I'm going to 28.5. I'm going to put a split in here because it'll make it easier to work with. 28.5. Okay. And then I can check this. 107.5 against this. 109.7. I'm going to change this to 107.5. And because I changed that, I'm just going to double check. 319.4. 319.7. I'm just going to pull 319. 319.4 at the end. Okay. All right, let's see how that's going. I think I want to tweak the curve on that, but I'm just not sure which way to go with that. You know what? I think maybe we just flatten it out a bit. Also, oops. So when I do this, I should pay attention to my numbers. My number is 2579, right? 2578. I think that gives me a little bit better fit. I think, do I want a little bit more room in here? I don't know. I do want to bring the back up a little bit. I think we'll line it up with that. My skirt isn't sitting quite the way I want it to, though. I'm going to add a little bit of elastic on the top edge of that waistband to try to toe that in. We'll start with 100 and go down from there. God damn it. I I click on a line and it keeps asking, hey, maybe you wanted the other line. Hey, maybe I clicked on this line for a reason. Okay, we'll start at 100 and we'll tweak it in. See if we can get a little bit better fit on that waistband. I think that does the trick right there. A little bit, and it's not, now the trick is, can I get this to sit on the outside? You know, with it sitting better like that, the vest is sitting a little nicer. All right, I'm going to extend this out a little bit, and then we'll do an overlap sew, and we'll set up 2 lines. And I still think maybe if I just make this straighter, we'll go back to that. You know what? Do I need that point there? And that's 2548. I see 2548. I just went right by it. What I think I need is a little bit less. Maybe if I just change this angle a little bit. You're probably good. No, you all are probably right. Because, oh, yeah, I'm getting a weird point there. Maybe if I just, and I want to make sure I keep that measurement the same there. So before I do that, 2535 or 535. Maybe not. Maybe I want to go the other way. You know what? Let's try this. Change length. I'm going to pull a little bit out of that. Let's just say 350. Same with this. And that was, what would that need to be again? 538, 535. By 3.5 on the other side. Five 3.5. Almost. I still have a little. I'm thinking maybe we pull this. I'm thinking if I pull this down a little bit more, I can get that to be a little smoother. That's what I'm working on. So we're doing this kind of in baby steps. 3, 4, 5. Do that. Do the same thing over here. And then I gotta adjust these to go back to 5, 3, 5, 5, 3.5. And I know that one's on the other side. Okay, there. I think that's pretty good. I'm liking that. Okay, I'm going to pull these out and overlap them now. We're going to run a couple of internal lines here. Offset as an internal line. If I do 10, and then if I pull out 10 or 15, probably be good. And then here, you know what, I'm going to do a cut and sew on these. And then here, we're going to offset as a pattern outline. So, and we're going to say 10 on that, and we need to, is it not right angles to corners, but extend. There we go. And now what I need is some of these little invisible pieces that I'm going to sew these together with, which need to be about whatever this length is, 104.5. I can just say we'll say 104.5. It makes sewing easier. And I need 2 of these, and these will become like a little attachments that we can delete later and then unbutton the vest. Kind of like that. Actually, if I control DU, and then I'm going to sew U to U. So U to U. Oops. Oh, they match. You know what? I don't. Oh, and then I can sew. Here, let's do this. M. I think I got it all crosswise, didn't I? All right, let's not do that. Let's do this in steps. I'm going to get rid of you. You're in the way. I need you sewn to this and this. Are you sewn to that and that? You are sewn to that. You are sewn to that. There we go. I'm going to grab this and just pull it out. So it should sort of. Oh, you know what? I still have that sewing in the middle here. I don't need that anymore. There. And then this sits on top. And now I can get that other piece in. And that was probably what my problem was before. So I can probably just go ahead and do this. Like that. There we go. And that gives me, we'll have some buttons in here. What do we got? We got 4 minutes. So anyhow, I think this is what I'm going to do. Denim. This will be a denim set. CC Basic Denims. Yeah, all right, let's add some trim zones. I need some trim zones down in here. Actually, let me clean up the UVs on this. We'll take this and we'll just kind of set it up over here. We'll take you guys, put you into the center line. Hey, thanks, Napsmore. Appreciate it. I don't know. You're not snapping to what you should be snapping to. Why? Why ask why? There we go. I'm going to go ahead and merge these in the back. Oh, you know what? And I'm going to merge this as well. Because that's just a single piece in the back, too. Which means this whole thing. Oh, no. It did the thing. It did the thing where the fill got lost. There we go. And we fixed that one. But this one's still broken. Okay, that's fixed. So now I'm going to line it all up. And then we're just going to shift it. It's good. Happy with that. We'll put you somewhere in about there. I can't tell. I'd like it to line up with this one over here. That's it. There we go. And then we're just going to grab all of that and we'll just nudge it over. I think we'll still have some excess space at the top. I don't think I'm going to do shoes with this. You know, actually, this will look great with cowboy boots and a cowboy hat. So, you know, buy that Daisy Dukes out. Buy the Daisy Duke outfit, which comes with a cowboy hat and cowboy boots. Actually, the Dale Western dress has cowboy hat and cowboy boots, too. This looks so good, but I don't feel the need to include cowboy hat, cowboy boots yet again. I have two sets where you can get good cowboy boots and cowboy hats, so and you all should have that. um, so let's do a bunch of offset as internal lines at 5. We're going to turn these into like little trim zones. Actually, do I even want that one? I don't even think I want that one because this is going to be a trim zone here. We'll put a little zone there and a little zone here. We'll run a line through there. Where's my offset as an internal line? Yeah, yes. Okay, I need one that's going to go all the way around the armhole. And I want one here. And we're going to put one here. And with one there, I don't really need one in here. Actually, hold on. I'm going to cut and sew these two first, and then we'll put one in there. From cowboy boots to sneakers to high heels to yada, yada, yada. Cut and sew those. So I'm going to do a little one there, and I'm going to put one on the top here. And then cut and sew those. And you know what? I can cut and sew these. Okay, I don't need I'm going to clean that up a little bit. We're watching that number go to, there we go. Looking good. Oh, that did nasty. Why you do that? So what did you cut and sew like that? Really? Come on. Arg. That's annoying. What the, what the heck? Dude. So did you guys cut and sew okay, or did you do funny stuff? See, those look fine. Every now and then, cut and sew does something goofy just for the fun of it. For the fun. All right. I'm adjusting that curve a little bit, so I got to come back and fix this one. I'm going to zoom in so that I snap less. That's good. And then what I want to do is I want to internal line there. Can I just cut and sew that whole thing? Did that work? Yay. Sometimes linked editing, cutting, and sewing doesn't do what I think it should do. Did I not select the line? No, I got to add my internal line. Okay. Cut and sew ski. We're just double checking and making sure that looks fine. Okay, it's a little past 4. We're almost. I'm going to put one more there and there. And that's it for the vest. Oh, and then one. No, I'm just going to. Do I want to run this? Let me take a look at this picture. I do want one running right up along there. Okay, so I'm going to put a line, and then we're going to call it a day. So, good progress on a new denim outfit. So I need to put a line. Are you guys cut? I don't think you guys are cut, are you? You're not, or are you? No, you're not. Looks good. Do I have that? Yeah, I have one there. And then we're going to run a seam here, and then I want one here and one here. And this is where we're going to leave off for the day. We're a little past 4. So that's what we're looking at. We got a nice vest that goes with this nice pair of jeans shorts. We're not going to do a belt on this one. We're skipping that. We will put a button on it. And we'll put, I'm going to put 3 buttons. 1, 2, 3. Although mine is, I'm just deeper cut. And I come up a little bit higher. But that's okay. But I think we're good for the day. Thank you all for being here. Let's hit save. Here's a novel idea. It was great seeing everybody that was in today. Dapster Dan was in the house. We saw DJ Ray, the Partay Man. We got the Napsmore. We got the Rumba. And I saw E.T. was in here as well, and Willie. And C.S. Bond 2. And with that, hey, if you're on YouTube, Like and subscribe. That would be awesome. If you're on Twitch, stick around. We're going to go find somebody to raid. Let's see. Who's on the Twitch first today? It's Monday. I don't know. Is Dapster Dan on Mondays or Dapster Dan does? I think Dapster Dan's on Monday nights. Keep an eye out for him on tonight. Although I did catch him on last Tuesday or last Wednesday, in addition to his regular Thursday stream. I'm working my way down to the bottom. I'm going to go back up. So let me see if there's anybody, any of the close art friends. And then from there, the Crafty Cub. You know, the Crafty Cub hangs out with the part of the Crafty Collective that hangs out with Supreme Doom. So I think I'm going to take you all over there and hang out with the Crafty Cub today. I think that's the plan. Because Charles didn't drop a suggestion in yet, so we're gonna quickly do that. So thank you all for being here. Next stream will be tomorrow, 7 p.m. on Tuesday. I'm not sure if we'll be working on this or maybe I want to start getting a bunch of little things going like this. So I do have another shirt and a slack set I want to do. So either we'll be working on this or we'll be working on starting another project in addition to this one. The Psycho Clown is coming along really nicely. I still have to do the special morphs, but I got most of the thumbnails done today. The texturing's done. I just have to check the joints, things like that. It comes with a knife, it comes with a prop nose, a couple of LIE makeup options. So that's in progress. Also, Battleborn just got released, the Battleborn outfit for Daz Studio. It's now available at Daz, at a Daz near you. Well, I'm going to show it off, and then we're going to raid. Because marketing. Daz, that's what we're doing. We're doing the marketing thing. The annoying thing about this is I can't see my stuff when I come in here to Daz, so I have to search for my name. I have to find something I've made. That came out yesterday, the D4CC Basics 09. 010 is a set of PJs. That is in the pipeline. And then today, I can't see nothing because I've hid everything I own, and apparently I owned the stuff. And today the Battleborn is now available. So check it out. If you could, that would be awesome. Here, we'll drop the Daz link in here if you're really lazy. Hey, also feel free to join the Discord if you haven't already. That would be cool. If you put stuff in the gallery, we do share that on Saturday nights on the Saturday Night Social. And with that, here's some raid calls. There's not a lot of you that this works with it actually here, but if you're actually not subbed, if Charles hasn't actually dropped a sub on you yet, you can use that one. The rest of you get to use the official sub raid call, which I just misspelled. Something like that. There we go. All right, and with this, let's go over and say hi to the Crafty Cub, who is, it's crocheting or something like that. I think that's a crochet needle. So anyhow, let's go over and say hi to the Crafty Cub. So let's start this raid. So I hope you'll have a good rest of a Monday or Tuesday for those of you on the happy side of the planet. And hasta la vista, baby.